Well, they were in Dallas, Texas, and they had 12,913 people there, according to the announcers. And Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns came to the ring, Brian, to top the program off. They had the replay of his return last week and the slow entrance and the slow walks around the ring, and he milked the fans for the cheers. There was light singing of his name. There was an okay OTC chant, but it was not thunderous. And when he finally spoke, Dallas, Texas, acknowledge me. He got a pop, but that was 8 minutes into the show. And yes, they showed the tape of the return from last week or whatever. But do you his heel entrance with the slow walk and the it worked with the bloodline. It worked with the pageantry. It worked with the minions behind him and the fat wise man with the bald head and the Ulafala was involved. That was a procession. This is not a babyface entrance, is it? I know he still wanted to be cool Roman Reigns, but there's no reason to jump up and throw the babies when Roman Reigns is coming to the ring, is there?
You know, it's a weird reaction, and then you start thinking about it, and you ask yourself, what's the appeal? He doesn't talk like a babyface. And again, heels get over too, but he's still kind of talking the way he did as the head of the bloodline. Heyman comes out, and I don't want to get ahead of you, but Heyman almost exposes him for real. He says, let me show you how this is done.
Yeah.
And then he does it. And Roman's standing there with his dick in his hand, and you're like, man, it really was all Heyman. Heyman really was the guy who set the presence. There's something, there is something missing right now with Roman Reigns, it feels like.
But that's the thing is that we talked about SmackDown. Cody, the top babyface on that program, comes out, says, what do you want to talk about? And gets interrupted. And here comes the heels. The same thing here. Dallas, Texas, acknowledge me. After this whole procession, we're going to hear what he has to say. And boom, music interrupts. And here comes Paul and Bronson Reed to the entrance, not into the ring. But they can't even let them say something to acknowledge the pretext why they were out there so that these people can interrupt them. And they milked the booze, and they stood there long enough that Roman added, did you come out here to just stare at me? And then Paul spoke. Now we're almost 10 minutes into the show before anything has happened. And Paul, as you said, did that. Let me show you how it's done. And gave the big intro as the tribal chief to Bronson Reed. And part of that was Paul, the hype man, building the thing up. And then Roman Reed being the Roman Reigns. Robert Reed, who apparently never fucked Florence Henderson. But the point being, it's so just blah when Roman says, yeah, he's got the badass aura and persona, but it's slow. And Paulie put Reed over for being the first guy to make Roman leave on a stretcher. He was carried out. He was taken to the hospital. And then Bronson Reed asked for the microphone, which was, oh, bad move. But he was brief. And he told Roman, he's like, what would Afa and Sika say? They never got stretchered out. How would they feel now? And then Roman Reigns said, well, my dad would say, fight him now. So let's do it now. And Paul talks Bronson Reed out of it. And Roman's trying to goad him. So, okay, whenever, whatever fashion, etc. So Paul then turns around and says, well, we're going to make it. So now Paul can make the matches. Not only agree to a fight, but a specific date, 5 days hence, and specific rules and blah, blah, blah. Saturday in Australia, in Bronson Reed's specialty that he's never lost, the Australian street fight. From the mean streets of Sydney, from the ghettos of Perth. I'm not trying to disrespect our Aussie fans, but are the streets in Australia known for being violent, or is that more of the outback? Do they fucking have knife fights in the outback like Crocodile Dundee and etc.? Have we ever seen an Australian street fight before, Brian, to know that this is Bronson Reed's big match? Where the fuck did this come from? That's what I'm asking you.
It came out of Paul Heyman's ass, would be my first guess. We have not seen it.
Geez, he'll never notice it's missing with all the storage space he's got.
Makes you wonder, what would it be if Crown Jewel was in Akron? Would it be an Akron street fight? I guess they need something.
An Akron rubber fight.
Hey, listen, I've seen enough Roman Reigns matches. A street fight may be the best thing, because otherwise it's going to be slow and deliberate, like an A24 film. It's going to take forever. It's going to slow down. Eventually, they'll turn up the mic so you can hear him giving his speech in the middle of the match to the other guy. A street fight may be the best bet.
It'll keep him busy, is what you're trying to say. So finally, the heels are going to leave, and Roman says, you're leaving like a couple of little bitches. And that's all that Bronson Reed can stand. He turns around and charges to the ring. They get in a fight. They go to the floor. Roman hits him with a Superman punch. Security and the agents and everybody come out. They have a big pull apart. He hits him with another Superman punch. And they played music, and everybody left. So we were almost 20 minutes into the show for talk that could have been talked in 4 minutes and a 1 minute fight. And it just, again, I think back to, we had a 2-hour show when we'd write Raw, and Vince would fucking freak out if, God damn it, you're wasting time here. Let's get into action. Get him in the ring. What the fuck is taking so long? Or what? And now it's just, but nevertheless, your thoughts on your predictions on the big Aussie street fight. Is somebody going to get hit with a kangaroo, or a wallaby darned?
I don't have any prediction. It's weird. I can't tell you who's going to win. I also can't tell you I'm going to care. I'm sure I'll enjoy it, but again, there's an apathy that's setting in because of the pacing of these shows and just nothing happening. And then just the similarity in what happens from one show, from SmackDown to Raw. Again, same kind of opening segment, and you just know it's going to be a long ride to get wherever you have to go.